The we have been hearing Sri Venu Geet, and we discussed many siddhantas. What is the purpose of having eyes? Which is to see, to take darshan of Sri Krishna. Today we will read the verse number 8. What gopis are trying to speak in 8th verse of Sri Venu Geet from Srimad Bhagavatam. They are saying, the gopis are saying, Krishna and Balram. Let's first understand the meaning and then we will read the explanation. The Sakhis are speaking among themselves, Oh, my Sakhi, Krishna and Balram, they are with the cows, and they look like Natvar Yugar. If you all remember what we have been hearing, all these Manjaris, Sakhis, they have been sitting together and speaking the glories of Krishna and Balram. How Krishna and Balram are walking and along with their cows and calves, and looking at both of them, the gopis became very happy. And they are discussing with each other their sentiments. But in reality, their real sentiments, they are not able to speak. They are only using indications to express their internal moods. Krishna and Balram
और गवाल बालों के समूह में मधुर गान करते करते नटवर युगल की भांति अतिशय शोभा को
प्लीज हरे कृष्णा
के साथ आ रहे हैं, गवाल बालों के साथ आ रहे हैं और गीत गा रहे हैं। वेश कैसा है? नटवर।
I can't mute you from my side. I'm sorry. Thank you. Natvar means someone who dances. And that stage of performance of dance, which is very beautiful. Because Krishna is completely decorated when he is dancing like a Natvar. And what is he wearing? Amr Pallav. What is Amr Pallav? Like a mango tree, and it has some bunches of manjaris, small fruits, and peacock feather on Krishna, and leaves. So this is how his garland is made, actually, Krishna's garland. Mangoes, mango trees, fresh buds, actually, which are called manjaris. Small manjaris, those are there, leaves are there, peacock feathers are there, and this is how the garland is.
स्तबक मतलब होता है पुष्प के गुच्छे, एक फूल नहीं, बहुत सारे पुष्प एक साथ
the group of leaves.
रंग
I
बिरंगी
get
कमल
disturbed
की
when
मालाएं,
people pretend when they are not on mute. I'm sorry, I get
रंग बिरंगी कमल की माला।
Kindly please go on mute. Thank you. So Krishna is wearing this on his yellow cloth. Neel Vastra means yellow cloth. Who wears blue cloth? Balram. And Peeth means yellow. Who wears yellow cloth? That's Krishna. So in Bhagavatam, there are so many such verses where it said Neel Pitambar Dharo. Krishna wears Pitambar. And Balram ji, he wears Neel. not Peeth, Neel. Neel is blue. Radharani also wears blue cloth. Balram also wears blue cloth. So there's a secret here, actually. Balram's everything is engaged in the service of Krishna. That is why it is said, Balram, Shri Balram's everything is for Krishna's service and pleasure. Like he becomes Krishna's paduka, shoes, his umbrella, chhatra, his clothes, his ornaments, all these are Balram. These are different expansions of Balram. But what he himself does, Shri Balram ji is also assisting in Krishna Leela. He serves there. Even his wearing of clothes is for Krishna's service, means wearing blue clothes. Why? Some at times when he's always thinking of Krishna, and he always wants to remember Krishna. He embraces the blue complexion of Krishna by wearing blue cloth, and where in past times where it's required to, like where Yashoda Maya, she comes to wake up Krishna in the morning, and she sees that Krishna has blue cloth in his pitambar. From where that blue cloth comes? That Radharani wears. So here Krishna should not be caught by Mother Yashoda. His secret should not be revealed. So Balaram also wears blue cloth. So Sakhas say, oh, he was playing with Dao, elder brother. And in a hurry, Dao's blue cloths got entangled with Krishna's pitambar, like that. So Balaram also, everything of Balaram is for Krishna's service. Even his dress, blue dress, is for Krishna's service. His beauty is very attractive, vichitra, which is, it's not straightforward ways. It's very unique, attractive. And what should I tell you? The Sakhis are speaking among each other. That time it feels like, means both are when I see such beauty of both of these, Krishna and Balram, then it looks like two two best dancers, because their walking is not ordinary, it's not simple. Their walking is just like dancing, and when they dance, then everyone looks at them with big eyes because they dance so well, so nicely. So it looks like they are walking in the forest, Krishna and Balram, but we feel they are on the stage and going to play for some play on the stage. They are going to play drama on the stage. It looks like us. Gopis think like that. So now Pujyapad Nayak Maharaj explains in his commentary, Mahabhavati. I forgot to send the message yesterday, but I will send it today. All the names, all the different names we learned in this Venugit regarding gopis, regarding Radharani, their speciality. Because of these names, their speciality is we can understand. So today we will send the message in the group. So Mahabhavati, gopis who are absorbed in Mahabhav, always absorbed in Mahabhav. They reach the stage of Mahabhav Sneh, Man, Pranay, Bhav, Mahabhav. This is the level of gopis. It's required to understand this. Who is till what level? Who is to what level basically? Sneh, Man, Pranay, Rag, Anurag. Bhav, Mahabhav. Till here, gopis have access. Modan, Madan, beyond this, Madanakya Mahabhav. Here only Radharani can reach. This is the highest stage level of love. And at that stage, love becomes more condensed. From Shuddha, the 9 stages of love, Prem, so there are 9 plus 9, 18 stages. At the top, only Radharani can reach. That is why Mahabhavati, all gopis, Vrajramaniya, the heart of gopis is always absorbed in Krishna's Madhuri, beauty. Where is the heart of gopis? In feeding their children, in cleaning their house, in cooking, in serving their husbands. They are just duties. That is why it is said one is duty love. One is heart love. Love with duties, love with the heart. Whether there is love from the heart or one is just doing love because just doing duties because it's required to do duties. So they do household chores very properly, gopis. But their mind is not attached to those works. Their mind is attached to Krishna's, remembering in Krishna's beauty. What is so attractive about Krishna's beauty? They are always thinking about these. Why Krishna is so attractive? So, Krishna is very beautiful. This is one topic. Is the beauty, strength of Krishna's beauty, which even Narayan, even Lakshmi ji, even Krishna himself, when he looks himself in the mirror, Krishna, he gets attracted. Krishna becomes restless. Oh, we have not seen such. I have not seen such beauty before. Now, when Krishna sees himself in a pillar of monies, oh, and he gets astonished. I have never seen such a beautiful face. I feel like embracing this person. Like how Radharani embraces me and she relishes. I also want to do the same thing. I want to relish this beauty of this person. So Radharani embraces Krishna and she attains some pleasure, happiness, anand. I also want to embrace this happiness. I want to attain this happiness. Krishna says himself this statement. This is just one side. Krishna is very beautiful. But how can you see someone's beauty? Through the eyes of emotions or with the love you have in your heart. If someone is beautiful, how do we know that? If someone is really beautiful, there is no doubt in that. But who is looking and with what mood? That's the main thing. It's a subtle difference. Okay, this is this is the same Swarup of Krishna which even Duryodhan sees. But inside Duryodhan, there is there is there is lack of emotions of love inside Duryodhan. And so for example, there is a stadium. Like even Kansa had a wrestling arena where Krishna Balram, when they entered, and Krishna first time when he saw his nephews, Krishna and Balram, Krishna. So what is Kansa saying when he looks at Krishna? He is my direct death. He is going to kill me. He is so beautiful, Krishna, but Kansa is thinking of his death. He is going to. He's envious of me. He's my enemy. And there are big bouncers there like Charu and Mushti. They came there. And even when they saw Krishna's beautiful face, what are they seeing actually? He is, oh, they're like big bouncers. Kans, Charu, Mushti, even though they saw Krishna's beauty, but they could not relish his beauty, Krishna's beauty. Why? Because of lack of one thing, lack of prem in their heart, lack of prem in their eyes, to to relish that love, that beauty. They can't relish Krishna's beauty because they lack love in their eyes and in their heart, in their moods. Let's churn this topic today. What does it mean? There's no lack of beauty in Krishna's. There's no Krishna's beauty doesn't lack. But who is relishing that beauty, it depends on that person. That matters. Kansa is also saying Krishna. Even the bouncers are saying Krishna in the same arena. In the same arena. They are young, beautiful Ramaniyas of Mathura, the females. Even they are saying Krishna. Krishna is in the center, and from all four sides, everybody is looking at Krishna from different types of people. How are they looking? Someone looking at Krishna as death. Even the bouncers, Charu Mushti, are looking at Krishna as death. He is our death. And the young unmarried girls of Mathura, they are saying what? Oh ho. What a beautiful roop, form of Krishna. And they say like this, hi, what these gopis, which austerity these gopis have performed. What have they done? Which action they have done? That they are relishing Krishna's beauty. His beauty is Lavanya Saram, Krishna's. They are not able to stop. They keep on speaking. His form is like Lavanya Sar. Lavanya is splendor. Lavanya is, uh, how do we say? His aura. Someone's aura. So Krishna's aura is Lavanya Sar. The essence of aura. And his beauty doesn't is not same. It enhances, it increases, every second, his beauty increases. Krishna's. Oh, these gopis, they're using present tense. Even these gopis today also relishing this beauty of Krishna. So Kansa, same Krishna, is seeing Krishna as death, and 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 Mathura Ramaniyas are seeing Krishna as their lover. Same form, same shingar, same roop, same person, but the difference is because of love in the heart. Because of that, there is difference in relishing Krishna's beauty. Beauty is at its own place. There's no lacking in beauty, no doubt in Krishna's beauty. You keep it one side, but it depends on who is relishing that beauty with their eyes, who is looking at that beauty. That matters. That's the main point. That's why the devotees, they take darshan of Krishna. How do they take darshan of Krishna? In Brahm Samhita, Brahmaji said, devotees, they also go to the temple to take darshan of Krishna, Bhagwan, Radha Madhav Gaudiya Math. So many people come to take darshan of Radha Madhav in Faridabad temple. They all come with the same feelings. How much you hear, Shravan, as per that, you get feelings. To the extent you hear, to that same extent you get your feelings. Ordinary people also come to take darshan, but do they hear Harikatha? They have no interest in hearing Harikatha. They will come, oh, so beautiful. Krishna is looking nice. Gate is nice. Light is looking nice. The chhatra of silver chhatra, that's also looking nice. Altar is looking nice. They will see all these external things. But when a devotee comes, how do he takes darshan? First, he won't see the face. From lotus feet, the darshan starts. First, the lotus feet, because in reality, darshan is only of the lotus face. No one takes darshan of the lotus feet. In Vrindavan, there are so many Thakurjis, 7 Saptam Devalya in Vrindavan. Now they all will have same lotus feet. The difference will be in the face. For example, you and me, if you go to see someone to take their darshan, do we look at their feet or face? Feet are almost same of everyone, approximately. The difference lies in the face. Mukh darshan, face. So when we see Krishna's face, Radha Madhav, we should not first look at their face. You should keep some excitement. The tradition of taking darshan is first looking at the lotus feet, looking at each and every thing, looking at the toenail. Gradually you go up, knees, thighs, which cloth he is wearing, and then you go more further, waist belt, which patka he wears, and then his navel. How is that? In winter it's all covered. In summer it's open shingar. You can see each and everything clearly, like navel. And then you see chest, then his arms, and in such an artistic way he's carrying his venu. His each and every finger, you look at them, which ring he's wearing, and then his neck, increase your excitement, because main darshan is mukh darshan, means lotus face. That's main. No one goes to see someone's hands. Yeah, some people say, show me your hand, show me your feet. But in reality, what do we see? Face. Mukh, face. From there, we realize, oh yeah, he's very beautiful, she's very beautiful, he's medium beautiful. Okay, he's average, he's lesser than that one. He's very beautiful. So Krishna, from feet to head, there's no difference. For regarding Krishna, there's no difference, but there's still some difference. From Siddhant, all limbs are extremely beautiful. His nails, 10. Every nail is like, toenail is like a moon. And thighs, navel, chest, arms, fingers, anything you say, ultimately, what do you want to see at the end? Face. In fact, all his limbs are very beautiful on their own, but seeing the face is special. So Radha Madhav's darshan, how do we take their darshan? First, start from their lotus feet and enhance your excitement to take their darshan. Let it increase more and more and more. And then at last you take their mukh darshan, means darshan of their face. And then you also look at his ears. Which earring is wearing? Krishna is very beautiful. There's one earring which is his favorite. It's called kundal. Makrakrit kundal. It's like makar. I don't know if it's there in our Radha Madhav's Shingar, what Mataji does. I think it's not there. Say yes or no. Okay. Some devotee should give for Thakurji. Radha Madhav is Krishna's favorite. You make Madhavji beautiful, Madhav will make you beautiful. You make earrings for Kundal for Krishna, and your earrings will automatically come for you. Makrakrit Kundal, which gopis have also explained. Even they like to see Makrakrit Kundal in Krishna's Sham Sundar's earrings. These kundals are like shark. Makrakrit Kundal means shark-shaped earrings. Once I got inspired, I still have that locket. One locket was offered to Radharani and one to Madhavji. I instructed this. Okay, so in the pendant, inside the pendant of Radharani, it was written, it was Madhavji's photo. And for Madhav's locket, inside the pendant, there is photo of Radharani. So much they must have been happy by having those pendants with each other's photo. Okay, so there's one more locket on which it's written Madhav, and Madhav, which he's wearing, on that it's written Radha. You might be wearing lockets of your own name. My name is this, and you make the locket and you wear it. Locket should be worn of those whom you love. You don't wear Radharani's locket to Radharani. Her locket should be given to Madhav, and Madhav's locket should be given to Radharani. When that locket touches Krishna's heart, okay, Makrakrit Kundal. So gopis also speak about this verse. So they also take darshan. They also take darshan of Krishna's face, the chin of Krishna, Krishna's lips, Krishna's red cheeks, and his cheeks which have redness. There's a bhajan, Anupam Madhuri Jodi. His he doesn't have lipstick on his lips. Krishna doesn't have lipstick on his lips. It's naturally his lips are reddish. मुख पर पान की लाली. He doesn't take betel nut, so his lips have become red, but his lips are actually naturally red in color. And his nose, Krishna's nose, um, no matter what you say and do, unless and until you don't see Krishna's eyes, okay, you put eyes, some cloth on the eyes, will the person's face look beautiful? All the entire beauty is hidden in the eyes. Unless and until you don't see the eyes of Madhav, you can't relish the entire beauty or beauty of his Swarup. So Radha Madhav sees who has come to take my darshan. He knows this, Radha Madhav. Okay, so people come to take darshan of Madhav, but Madhav also takes darshan of his devotees. And in this, devotee and the Lord gets lost. People come to take darshan of Madhav, and Madhav starts seeing devotees, and in that scene, they got lost, the devotee and Madhav. This is a poem. Maharaja said a poem in Hindi actually. So if this is how we should look at Radha Madhav, that for 1 minute we should lose our mind. From lotus feet up to his face, the complete Shingar. This is about Madhavji. What about Radharani's darshan? There, okay, Krishna will sing the glories. No, may मेरी राधा को कोई नहीं देखो नजरिया लग जाएगी. Maharaj singing this bhajan actually. So Radharani's fingers, rings, and her entire shingar, makeup. Her shingar is more than Madhav, Radharani's. So that image we should get absorbed in our eyes. So when devotees come to take darshan, this is how they should take darshan of the deities. We should have the anjan, kajal of love in our eyes. So kajal is in the eyes and love is in the heart. So that love from the heart comes to the eyes, and then you can see such a beautiful darshan of Radha Madhav. So in reality, the darshan is the real darshan is of prem. Radharani's prem is heavy, and she takes Krishna's darshan because of her strong love. Okay, so when you have this kajal of prem on your eyes, then you can take proper darshan of Bhagwan. So gopis are saying, Mahabhavati. Their mind is always engaged in relishing the beauty of Krishna, and continuously they are remembering of Krishna, thinking of Krishna's katha, Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's qualities, Krishna's beauty. They do this continuously. Remembrance of Krishna, thinking of Krishna, worry for Krishna, and Hari Katha also of Krishna, Katha also of Krishna. We can't leave Krishna Katha. We can leave anything else, everything else, but we can't leave Krishna Katha. Gopis are saying like this. Whereas there's a big Vaishnav around 20 years back from today. He was doing Harikatha in Vrindavan. I can still recall it. He was giving very beautiful katha on Virya Bhav, mood of separation. In separation, actually in separation, you can understand how much is the love in reality. In separation, prem enhances. The person hankers for meeting. That separation gives the introduction of love. So they were saying when Uddhav Keri, when he went to Radharani at Uddhav Keri, he he's, he saw the mode of separation of Radharani, that she's lying on the different lotuses and she's burning in the fire of separation. If she's breathing or not, nobody could know. And Krishna's name is going in her ears. Only that is keeping her alive. This is her situation. Radharani's. In that situation, Radharani is blabbering, just saying anything, like like a mad person. But that blabbering of Radharani, that's called shalp, means blabbering. But that is such beautiful blabbering that there's such big shastra on it. Ujjwal Neelmani is such a scripture in that each and uh, every point is in that book has weightage, it has gravity. Every point, every yeah, it's a big topic actually. Some other day we can take it. But Radharani, through sign language, told Uddhav, go and tell Krishna. He left us and he went to Mathura. Now he doesn't need to come back. Stay there only. Tell him, no need to come back. Wherever you are, stay there. We all are happy here. So if Uddhav says which happiness you are living in, you are just always crying and you are just blabbering to yourself. Is this happiness? Is this called happiness? In fact, when Krishna comes and seeing Krishna, you will become happy. Radharani said, no need to come, Krishna. We are happy just like this. Which happiness is this? So Radharani said then, it is the happiness of hearing Harikatha of Krishna. We continuously meditate on Krishna's pastimes. His talks, Krishna's talks, his behavior, Krishna's behavior, his shingar, his beauty, his makeup, his each and every movement of his body. We are just satisfied in that. So Uddhavji said, you can still do it, let him come. Radharani said, no. What are you trying to hide? First tell me. What is the matter that you are trying to hide from me, that you don't want him to come? Radharani said, Uddhav, Shyam Sundar Krishna, if he comes here, then in front of everyone, can anybody embrace him? Can we embrace him? Oh, forget about embracing. We can't even look at Krishna. We have to hide our face. We can't see at him directly because of shyness, social boundaries. We have to maintain that boundary. We don't want anyone to understand our love for Krishna, so we try to hide it in our heart. We don't want anyone to sense it, and it should not be heavy upon us. And if Krishna comes from the front, then I feel like just embracing him immediately. But what to do? We have to control our mind and just be engaged in doing household chores. Mind says to go now and embrace Krishna. Such a beautiful, loving person. If he's there present, then what's the point of not embracing him? You know how bad it is, painful. So that's why purposefully we move our eyes here and there, so that, because just by looking at Krishna, our heart feels like going there and embracing Krishna. So Uddhavji said, "Oh, then there's no difference for Krishna coming or not coming." Radharani said, "No, there is difference. Lot of difference, because now without hesitation, um, we embrace the beauty of Krishna. This Tamal tree in Vrindavan is there in Vrindavan, Tamal tree. It is the Sarup of Krishna, Tamal tree. Radharani says we go to and embrace that Tamal tree thinking it's Shyam Sundar. So no one has objection in that. No one has any problem in doing that. Because, oh, she is just embracing a tree. But what do they know? It's not just a tree. It is my Shyam Sundar. I'm seeing Krishna, my Shyam Sundar, in this vriksha. This is called Unmad Dasha, means going mad in prem. So she embraces that tree, Radharani, and she relishes Krishna's beauty. But no one has any problem, because she did not embrace Krishna, but she embraced a tree, Radharani. So much love is there. In school, on someone's birthday, the person comes and gives in gift a pen. It's not so expensive. He gives out of love. Oh, today is your birthday. I don't have much money, but I can give you a pen. And if you put that pen on your heart, oh hi, thank you so much. You gave me this pen. So if someone keeps that pen on near the heart or on the heart, means there's so much respect. This love's gravity, value is understood when they leave and they go to a different place. But he or she keeps that pen always with him or her in remembrance. Oh, that person, when I was in 12th, he gave it to me on his birthday. Now he must be in a different college or school. But that person keeps that pen always with him. He doesn't leave that pen. No, he's not writing with that pen. He just keeps it with him. Why? Because it's the small memory of my friend. Let's take a small example. If Krishna comes, there's difficulty in embracing him and seeing at him directly. Krishna's mala, Krishna's
हमारे साथ गए थे, हमने दिखाया था कृष्ण के चरण
me for parikrama. the Charan Chin. And if we embrace those Charan Chin, then no one has any objection. So Uddhav tell Krishna not to come. Stay there. At least we, without any hesitation, we can embrace him. But if he comes here, then we become conscious, alert. So let him be there. Let him be there. This means what? This means what? Means gopis want that Krishna to come. His bhavna, moods, like so many people would go to Gurudev with their books, and Gurudev would sign and just write two words, "My blessings to you." At the bottom, his signature, Gurudev's signature. Now, that scripture, that book, becomes so valuable because Gurudev signed by his own hands and gave blessings. Now, there are so many such scriptures in our family house, but it is special. It is special to Gurudev gave me a flower. I mean, it's the devotee things. Oh, Gurudev gave me a flower from by his own hands, or garland, flower garland. Even till date, there are people, devotees, who distribute Krishna's Charnamrit. Gurudev left in 2010, and this is 2025. 15 years, people still distribute Gurudev's Gurudev's Charnamrit. This Charnamrit doesn't go bad. Even in fridge, when we would give bathe our Gurudev and the water would come, then we would wash his lotus feet and we would keep that water because that now becomes Charnamrit. All the tirthas are, and we would share that water, Charnamrit among devotees. They would dilute it. They would take a bottle of 5 liter and add Charnamrit in that, and the entire water would become Charnamrit. So many devotees go to Jamuna Ji, they bring a water bottle and they go to different. Okay, so people from India take water of Radha Kund and go to Europe, and in a pond they add that water of Radha Kund, and then becomes Radha Kund's jal. So then people do parikrama of that pond and do achman. So darshan cannot be taken by just eyes. The darshan is done by the heart, which is hidden in the love which is hidden there in the heart. Ravana also saw Ram. Kans also saw Krishna, but they had no prem. But same Surup, same place, Mathura, where Kans is looking at Krishna, the big great bouncers are looking at Krishna. There, the young, beautiful Ramanis of Mathura, and they are getting what? Prem, hankeredness. So the seeing, it all depends on seeing, your vision. So gopis non-stop smurn about Krishna. It just goes on for them. What else gopis think? Gosht Gaman means they take Krishna, when he comes back to his village, means Gosht, means village. He comes back to Nandgaon, and that time his darshan is, his cheeks are full with dust. He has 9 million cows, and Krishna takes them for cow grazing, and when they walk, Braj is full of Vrindavan's dust. 9 lakh cows when they walk, 9 into 4. 9 lakh into 4. 36 lakh, 36. So all the entire dust of Vraj comes on Krishna's, here, Krishna's hair, cheeks. So by this, the beauty should get degraded less, but this beauty increases more. So when Krishna comes and he plays Venunath, gopis get emotional. They're completely absorbed in emotions. In such a situation, the gopis are sharing the bhav of this. So they are actually trying to become peaceful, the gopis. When they took the darshan of Krishna Balram and they entered in the forest, and there's a particular scene which you should remember and meditate upon. This verse which they are telling us here, Krishna Balram, they're dancing and walking, and they have their cows with them. This is Sandhya Leela, the one at 6:30 p.m. Godhuli. When Krishna comes, that time seeing Krishna's beauty at that time, gopis have become so restless because they cannot see. Everyone else is seeing Krishna. Not just all the gopis, but even their mother in laws. Even them. They are opening their windows and they are looking at Krishna. Young, old, everyone is looking at Krishna because that was the center point. Now, gopis can't do this Krishna, hello, how are you? I want to embrace you. Can this happen? No. But seeing Krishna from distance, they are getting this utkanta, helplessness in their heart. We want to meet Krishna, we want to meet Krishna, we want to meet Krishna. Now, this restlessness which is in their heart, it has to be calmed down. That's why they try to talk, speak to each other. And during that conversation, their Krishna Anurag, that praying for Krishna, they are hiding it because of shyness. How they tell to Sakis, oh Krishna, oh Saki, today I'm getting this feeling for Krishna. They cannot say this. So they are feeling shy as well and they are feeling hesitation as well. Gopis. That is why Krishna's Venu is Mohan, the one which attracts to everyone. Okay, so gopis are singing the glories of. They are talking about Krishna and Balram. Why both of them? The Sakis are speaking among each other. They can talk openly, but they are not. They cannot. They cannot. Two points are coming in between. One is shyness. How can they expose their love? And hesitation. Hesitation. They should not know the heart in our, the prem in our heart. They show each other that I have no prem. Not even to their Sakis they want to show. Forget about external people. That's why they explain the beauty of both Krishna and Balram. Balram is elder brother. Okay, so if gopis explain the beauty of Krishna and Balram, then no one can doubt them. There's no problem in that if they are praising both. If they praise just Krishna, see how he walks, he's so beautiful, see how he's coming with his cows, so then here is some problem for them. So Balram's service is what I said in the beginning. Balram from all angles serve Krishna. He also assists in his pastimes. Gopis can't explain their emotions properly even to each other, among each other, although they all have same mood, but there is still some hesitation. Oh, because they're glorifying both Krishna and Balaram, so now no one can doubt on gopis. This point here is of grave. It's like meaningful, it's heavy, it's grave point. That's why in this verse, so gopis are trying to hide their anurag for Krishna. The anurag which they have inside them for Krishna, they want to hide it. And how they want to hide it? By taking the help of Balram. So they want to glorify Krishna and Balram both. So Maharaj is asking if we have understood this or not. I need to give you a material example. Okay, one wife is there and she went to a party and her husband came, and with her husband they are also mother-in-law is coming, and seeing her husband she's feeling loved. Oh, he's looking so nice, so good looking, the tie is looking nice. And but with her husband, friends are also there, Gurudev is also there. So how she can glorify her husband? Oh, you're looking so handsome. So if you just praise the husband, then it's fishy. If there are many people together with the husband, then you can praise them one by one. So what she did? Okay, so she says my husband is so beautiful, but but okay, she has this feeling that only my husband is looking beautiful, but because of hesitation she can't say it. She feels shy. She feels shy from elder people, gurujan, and hesitation because of other people who are of her same age. So both things are parallel. Shyness, hesitation. See, both are standing there. They are eating something, jalebi. See, both of them are looking so beautiful. She wants to say that my husband is very good looking, but she hide it. Oh no, not just him. My husband's friend is also looking very beautiful, and then gopis want to hide the anurag they have in their heart for Krishna. They don't want to show it. This is like a bottle of perfume. You open it, use it today in the morning, go to the party, come back in the evening, and the bottle will be empty because it gets evaporated. Perfume gets evaporated. You have to keep it tightly closed. That Krishna Anurag they have hidden in their heart. And even among them, among the gopis, they can't explain it. So they spoke purposefully about Balram. It's not an offense towards Balram. Don't think. Don't think that Balram is less beautiful. It would be an offense. Be careful. Balram is also equally very beautiful, but these gopis' prem, love, is not in Balram. It's in their Isht, in their beloved Krishna. And such gopis, when Krishna and Balram were of 10 years old, so young gopis, they only had anurag for Balram, not towards Krishna. But they were feeling hesitation to say this to Balram. But before they could say this to Balram, Balram went to Mathura. So they could not get any chance to say anything to Balram. So Balram, when he came back with the message of Krishna, he stayed there for 2 months in Braj. 2 months in Braj. April and May, for these 2 months in Braj. Then those gopis who grew up by that time, earlier they were just so small. Now they have grown up. Now they expressed their love and rag for Balram. So Balram performed ras with them. So Krishna, these Braj gopis, they are explaining the beauty of both Balram and Krishna, but their rag and prem is only for Krishna, not for Balram. They are not doing any offense towards Balram. They're not doing any offense towards Balram by this. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. This This Venugit is so beautiful. It feels like we should just keep on hearing it for 3 to 4 hours. I didn't realize we just started it from the lotus feet. We didn't reach the head yet, but this katha is like that. It can go on. The katha can go on for hours. Tomorrow we will connect and speak, discuss further. Hare Krishna.